Shalom. I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Yahawah being a true name of the Heavenly Father, BAHASHAM meaning the name, YAHAWASHI being the true name of His only begotten Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, RAWCHAA meaning spirit, and QADASH meaning holy. All right. I also want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, blessings unto the elect of YAHAWAH, which consists of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and blessings and salutations unto you Akim out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, looking forward to the downfall and destruction of Babylon, also known as America today. All right. And I wanted to touch on the wickedness of this world, because what happened with the flood is that the wickedness got to the point where the Most High had to do something. All right. And of course, as we know, he brought on the flood, which we'll get into a little bit. All right. And so since that has happened, the earth has gotten back to that very state of being too wicked to where the Most High has to do something. Now, don't get me wrong. All of this was predestinated. All of this was already written. But it still had to play out because it was predestinated and because it was written. And we are in the times of that that second death. Okay, the first being the flood, the second being the fire. All right, which will be a thermonuclear war, a third world war, which is starting to brew up more. All right, because there was a process leading up to this. It ain't just like America and Russia said, I don't like you neither, then I'm going to do this and do that. No, there was things that happened. All right, just dealing with war tactics and, NATO gathering more nations into them and pretty much Russia feeling like, yo, you ain't about to just surround me and just have full out advantage if anything goes down, So that's another story for another time, or another lesson, I would say, for another time. But I'm going to jump into Genesis, the 6th chapter. This is Genesis 6 and 5. It says, and the Most High saw that wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thought of his heart was only evil continually. And if you look at today's world, that's all you really see. You constantly see them giving rights. Okay, you just see it in a place of disorder, I would say. Like the scriptures speak about, the valley and the shadow of death. Like everywhere you go, you have to fear for your life. You have to fear for your life. You never know who's plotting on you, who's watching you, who want to do something to you. All right, because it's just evil continually. They giving the alphabet community rights. All right, they're putting women over men. They're allowing children to make their own decisions. Okay, especially when it comes to being validated. Getting that stuff in your arm, and all of these things, man. So what it is like they say, it's so far gone. It's in too deep, I would say. It's in too deep for them to just turn around and just be like, okay, let's all be righteous. No. It has gotten to the point, as in the days of Noah, to where the wickedness is great and the Lord has to do something about it. And that is why the prophets are out now. The truth is has resurfaced. The third world war is brewing as we speak. Starting to heat up. I will not. Of course, it's not there yet because you still got the MOTB. But now, all right, we used to speak on the MOTB like this happened. Now it's here. Now it's here, and Sweden has it, and certain people have it to unlock their doors and things. But there's a whole plan unfolding even with that. So that's where we're at now. You got to go through the process of these prophecies coming to pass and the process of that great day of judgment. Okay, just as in the days of Noah, when they was, doing their thing, they wasn't worrying about being righteous, but the evil was continual, and they had to go through the process until the flood came, man. All right, and like the scriptures say, they knew not until the flood came. Matter of fact, I'll get that right quick, because I don't want to. This is Matthew's 24:39 says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, right? And so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And that's where we at now. It's so much going on in this society to where they got all of these distractions dealing with people. First, they systematically set it up as a fantasy world. You could do what you want, be what you want, live how you want to live. And here's your freedoms. Here's your license to sin practically. Like it says in First Maccabees, the first chapter, gave our people license to sin, man. Well, this society just gives everybody license to sin. Here, do what you want as long as you abide by my rules. And now that's where we at now, to the point where they're trying to get total control. And it's the process leading up into that great judgment. All right. So let me go back over here. This is Genesis 6, and I'll read it again, 6 and 5. It says, and the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. That's every thought and imagination. You're not picturing the future. The Lord has gave the Spirit unto the elect. Okay, He's given His Spirit to them to do the sighing and crying for the abominations that be done. He's given Him the Spirit to the point where we and like I said, it's through the Spirit to the point that we look for a new heaven and new earth, as the scriptures speak of, man. Okay, because we see and feel what this world is, what it is, and what is leading up to, man. And it's not right. Okay, but this new heaven and new earth will be established in righteousness, and but that one can't come until this one is destroyed, man. All right, so when this flood came, I'm gonna jump the gun. Let me see. This is verse 6. It says, and it repented the Lord that He had made man on earth, and it grieved Him at His heart. And the Most High said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping things, and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord, Yahawah. And that's what it is. As Noah found grace, and the ones who were saved with him found grace, they was pretty much the elect of that time, who the Lord has selected and elected and chosen to make it through that flood, all right, for them not to be destroyed. And the same thing is going on now. You have a remnant of the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who have found grace in the eyes of the Lord, all right, who will not receive that will not be destroyed with this world, man, but they'll receive that salvation that the Lord is bringing on His second coming. All right, it says, these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with the Most High, so he attended to YAHAWASHI, did what he was supposed to do. He didn't go about establishing his own righteousness as this society teaches us. Okay, it says, and Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Now, when you look into that word, I'll just get it. When you look into that word violence, right? It goes to the Hebrew word Hamas, which it says to wrong, do violence, to treat violently, do wrongly. Now we know, the physical violence, right? But it also says ethical wrong, all right? It says physical wrong, ethical wrong, to be treated violently. So it also goes into with the ethics, which this place lacks ethics tremendously, okay? Tremendously, from the leaders on down, man, all right? No morals and no ethics, no way of treating the next man how you want to be treated. This is what I'm doing. Everybody's pretty much selfish. This is how I am. If you don't want to roll with it, then you can go with it, pretty much. All right? But their reasoning is wrong, or could be wrong, man. Because if it wasn't, or if they didn't feel as such when they would, the right way was presented to them, they would take heed to it. If and they would correct their ways and measure, man, as the remnant is doing. But the whole world is all for self, because that is how this system is built, man. To do as thou wilt, and protect your own at the end of the day. All right? There is no neighborly love as they present. That's out the window, man. It says, and the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. And that is what happened. The Lord brought the flood, all right, and it took out everything except Noah and his 3 sons and their wives, man. So 8 people made it through, as well as the all of the animals, of the male and the female that the Lord had made it, that had allowed to make it through. All right. So I want to get Genesis 9. Yep, Genesis 9, and I'll go to 11. Okay, I'll go to 11. So this is Genesis 9 and 11. It says, and I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. That's what the Lord told us, right? And the Most High said, this is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for a perpetual generation, continual, all right, till the end. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth that the bow shall be seen in the cloud, which they're speaking about the rainbow. That is a covenant that the Lord made with man, that I will not destroy this place again by water. I will not bring a major flood and take life again. Okay? All of life. All right? But what did this society do? Okay? They took it. They took the rainbow and made it a symbol of an abomination that they uphold in this place, man. And we all know what it is. It represents the alphabet community. Okay? A covenant that the Lord made with the earth that I won't destroy y'all again. They took and labeled it, all right, upon an abomination that the Lord hates, man. Upon something that the Lord said should be people should be put to death for, man. All right. Like he said, the wickedness has grown great. That's just a part of it. Of course, there's more to it. You got the man who's in rulership and the way that he's dealing with the earth, destroying the people, oppressing the people, destroying the earth, destroying the water, destroying the air, destroying the food, just constantly destruction, 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 destruction. Well, since this guy is in rulership and all he wants is destruction, the Lord's going to bring him judgment for that, man. All right. This is verse 16. Verse 15. And I will remember my covenant which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between the Most High and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And the Most High said unto Noah, this is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. So that was that token, that covenant. All right, hey, we have an agreement. This rainbow is our covenant that I won't destroy the earth by a flood again. Okay? But he never, that was the covenant of the water, man. So, going over to 2 Peter's, I kind of quoted some of it. All right, so this is 2 Peter's chapter 3, verse 5, and I'm just going to get straight to the point. It says, for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished, right? Because of the wicked deeds, the imagination and the continual thoughts of evil. Okay, and the Lord had brought that. And like I said, they are willingly ignorant of that because by the word, he said that would happen. And we, as well as other nations around the world, have evidence that that did happen. All right, so because when you read up, it's speaking about the scoffers and them saying, oh, where's the promise of his coming? You know, so they're looking at it like, well, you sitting here waiting for him, and why hasn't he come yet? Because he's going to come on his time. We got to do our part and stay patient and endure. You know, if he came on our time, of course we would have been out of here. But there's a process that had to happen, man. There's a process leading up to the ultimate judgment. All right. Now the Lord can't just bam, snap his fingers. We in the kingdom. Esau's taken down, but nah, you got to go through the thick of it, man. You know, we all do. All right. You got the hour of temptation with the MOTB. Okay. You gonna take that RFID or not? All right, because if you take that, you are denouncing YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. All right, you will be destroyed if you take that. Okay. So it says, verse 7, but the heavens and the earth which are now by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. Okay. He made the covenant that he wouldn't do it with water again, but he never said anything about fire. And that is what's going to happen. That's why the Russia and the Ukrainian situation is happening over there is happening because that's adding fuel to the fire of the Third World War, man. Which that's why these nations are gearing up with more nuclear capability and defense missile systems. Because they can feel the tension, and it's the Lord putting the Spirit on them to do so. Because reading in Jeremiah, it says, "All thee that bend the bow representing the silos. You know, what do you shoot from a bow? You shoot an arrow. So the missiles are the arrows. So all of you that have nuclear capability, it said, do what? Shoot them on Babylon. What is Babylon? America. All right, the land of confusion. All right. So it says, okay, that was that. Yep. Okay, so yep, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. This is 2nd Ezra 7:41. It says, even so now, seeing corruption is grown up, and wickedness increase, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly, wherefore shall it not be so now also? So this is Ezra speaking to the angel, like, yo, but we had the righteous men in the past, they pretty much prayed for the wicked, basically for them to have a chance to get right, man. But this is the response of the angel. He answered me and said, hey, and I'll just give a quick example. You had Abraham praying about the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, like there ain't one righteous there, then they went down to numbers. All right, but this is the response of the angel. He said, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doeth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. So this is during that time, okay, that he told Ezra, this is during the Babylonian period, and much glory didn't abide. How much more these days, man? Okay, it's even worse in these days because after the Babylonians, you had the always mess it up, the Medo-Persian Empire. Then after them, you had who ruled? The Greeks, the old freaky people. Then the Romans had their rulership. All right, destroying the earth and conquering the earth, and it was Edomites. Edomites was Greeks. The Romans were Greeks, and we see what they do because they're doing it now. They're in rulership again. Okay, and even tells you that wickedness was multiplied in the earth when what's the guy's name? Alexander had given his kingdom, split his kingdom to his 4 generals. Okay. So like he said, in this present life is not the end where much glory doeth abide. The only glory that really abides is with the elect of Yasharahla through the spirit of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. It says, but the day of doom shall be at the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, and temperance is at an end. So that corruption that's past is this society here. All right. That immortality is going to start when our rulership start being joint heirs with Yahawah. All right. It says intemperance is at an end, not being able to control yourself. all of this is we're going to be under a new covenant to where we're going to be perfect, man, to where our kingdom will be established forever and ever. All right, through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. It says infidelity is cut off. Those who are, weak in faith or not having faith, really. Righteousness is grown and the truth is sprung up. And that's, what we're coming into. That's the process of this. This is all a process, man. All right. The world got wicked once again. The Lord had it reserved unto fire. The fire is going to come. The righteous is going to be established upon the earth. And then we're going to have a righteous kingdom and rule forever and ever, man, over our oppressors and over the other nations. And that is what's forth to come, man. All right. But like the scriptures say, though it tarry, wait for it. It's not over yet. We got to endure unto the end. Yes, they are bombing Ukraine over there. Beautiful. It's adding fuel to the fire, man. But it's not the end all be all because, we still got the MOTB, man. All right. Hey, so with that, Lord willing, you was edified. And I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.